A few hours ago we had a major earthquake, magnitude 7.1, deep below Sabah, Malaysia. That is a subduction zone. It was deep focus event at 620 kilometers. Pretty deep, not really unusual for the area. This region, including the Celebes Sea, there can be major earthquakes quite deep into the astrosphere. Of course, we had the Earth-Saturn-Neptune alignment the other day, and it's very easy to conclude, oh yeah, we had this alignment, so we have a magnitude 7 earthquake. It doesn't work like that. Statistically, if we look at all the Earth-Saturn-Neptune alignments that occurred since 1900, we see from 1917 to 2026, we see these events here, 1952, 53, 89 and 2026. What stands out here is 1917 with 3 magnitude 7 earthquakes. Very interesting, a major cluster of large earthquakes here. But overall, if we look at all the other cases, we see that seismic activity really almost didn't reach 6.5. Only here in 1989, 6.5. But all the other cases, most of the time, it stayed below 6.5, which is statistically not really significant. So 1917 stands out with 3 magnitude 7 earthquakes, and 2026 now with a magnitude 7.1 also stands out. So let's have a look. So what's the difference? Looking only at Earth-Saturn-Neptune alignment is not going to do the job. Statistically, we need to look at the bigger picture, which is the entire solar system. And if we look at 1917, these 3 magnitude 7 earthquakes, we had 6.8 earthquakes as well. We see a huge convergence here of planetary geometry, especially from the 28th to the 30th, just before Earth aligned with Saturn and Neptune, which is the blue line and the red line here. So let's have a look at the solar system, because this is a very interesting and important example. Not just did Earth align with Saturn and Neptune, the Sun was right there in between, a near quadruple alignment, but look at the other planets. Venus, Mars and Saturn in a conjunction. Venus, Mercury, the Sun in an alignment. Mercury, Earth and Uranus in an alignment. Several alignments converging on the 28th, 29th, very tight, very unique, very rare, and it resulted in rare seismic activity. 3 magnitude 7 earthquake within 3 days, that is pretty rare, that is quite exceptional. Like I said, all the other cases here until 2026, no magnitude 7 earthquakes, statistically not significant, but then here a 7.1. And as I explained in the previous update, my focus was around the 21st because of a convergence here on the 19th, 20th, Earth in alignment with Saturn and Neptune, converging very significantly here with Venus at the right angle with Mercury and Uranus. This is based on long-time observations that we can expect major seismic activity when Venus reaches this position with Mercury and with Uranus. Also, by the way, when Venus reaches a right angle with Earth and Neptune, which is not the case here. That is equally significant and critical regarding major earthquakes. This is really significant, and that's why I focused on the time around the 21st. We cannot be exact. I cannot say it's going to happen on the 20th or it's going to happen on the 21st, but around the 21st is a really good estimate. And today we did have indeed a magnitude 7.1 earthquake, but that's not all. Here we see the blue line and the red line. That's Earth in an alignment with Saturn and Neptune, starting here on the 17th with a 0.2 degrees tolerance, very tight, ending here tomorrow morning on the 23rd. But if we look at this overview here, the summary from the 14th until the 23rd, we see clustering on the 16th with the Moon in an alignment, converging here with Mercury in an alignment. Like I said, the 16th was probably critical, especially here then on the 21st and 22nd. Following the convergence of geometry on the 19th, 20th, like I said, is probably the most critical time. And indeed, we see quite a cluster of stronger earthquakes, including magnitude 6 earthquakes and peaking 7.1 here. So quite a seismic increase. It reached 7.1, but not just because of Earth in alignment with Saturn and Neptune. There was more going on. It was Venus in the right angle with Mercury and Uranus converging with lunar peak, because we see that peak right there within the green peak, which is the Moon in alignment with Saturn and Neptune at the same time. And that makes things critical. I always emphasize the convergence of planetary and lunar geometry. We have statistics, a repo on GitHub, where we explain very, very dense planetary conjunction clusters, which in the last 25 years coincided with magnitude 7 earthquakes each time that these clusters occurred. Statistically very significant. I will do the next overview video very soon, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, as soon as possible, for the next time frame from the 23rd until the 4th of March. It's going to be significant. We're going to have multiple alignments. It starts already on the 23rd with Venus in alignment with the Sun and Neptune, followed by a lunar alignment, and there is probably going to be a seismic increase following that geometry. This is the update here for now, magnitude 7.1. I wanted to report on that earthquake because of the Earth-Saturn-Neptune alignment, and also to clarify the confusion with a seismic increase. No, we don't have a magnitude 7 earthquake every time Earth aligns with Saturn and Neptune. We do see a seismic increase, but significant statistically is the convergence with planetary and lunar geometry at the same time in the solar system. It's always the bigger picture. Until next time.